Successive governments, they have, since 1972, sold us out to the UN in differing degrees.
That's right, they're all crooked.
They've signed on and been party to the Sustainable Development Agenda.
I hear ya!
Now that agenda is an extremely large document that has evolved into a behemoth that has created all of the policies that we're standing around looking at in Canada wondering, where is this coming from? For example, the carbon tax. How is a carbon tax applicable to Canadians? When you consider, they like to tell us that our emissions, our contribution globally is 1.6%. But that's before they count all the trees in our country.
That's right,
which is 318 billion, give or take a few million. We are a carbon sink in Canada. This scam they call climate change, this scam they call, and they're going to defeat it with carbon tax, is exactly that, it's a scam. They've convinced, with the help of the media, they have convinced many, many folks that we're going to do something by paying a carbon tax. No, we're not. Well, we are. What they're doing with the UN, backing from the UN, is it's part of the redistribution of wealth program that they've instituted on a global level. They are taking wealth from the West and they are redistributing it throughout the world. They've been doing this for years, for 50 years. And if it was something that was going to work, wouldn't it have worked all right now and we wouldn't have a migrant crisis? The fact of the matter is, it doesn't work because that money never sees the people on the ground.
That's right.
Now, while I talk about migrants, I want to make it very clear. This vest does not represent racism. This vest does not represent violence. This vest represents freedom. This vest represents sovereignty. This vest represents unity. We are a country of immigrants. We built this great country of immigrants. We want more immigration.
That's right, man.
We need more immigration. But we need to determine these policies in Canada for Canadians. Not some policy developed by an international body that has zero interest in Canada's best interests. In fact, they want us divided, as they've been dividing us for years. They've been dividing us by provinces. They've been dividing us by regions. They've been dividing us by issues. What I saw on this convoy from Saskatoon, where I joined in Regina, what I saw was unbelievable. The expectation I had was nothing in comparison to the reality of what happened. I seen thousands upon thousands of people sitting in my truck through my live feed, crying together while we're in the convoy talking to each other.
That's right. The hopes of Canadians.
It's about unity. But I want to say this, because I joined this convoy because it was developed and supported by the energy industry and the people that work hard in Alberta and Saskatchewan. That industry is under attack. There's a reason why it's under attack, and people are losing their livelihoods, they're losing their homes, they're losing their families. It's crushing to the industry, an industry that Saskatchewan and Alberta depend on. Not only do we depend on it, the rest of the country depends on it.
That's right.
We're all in together.
Quebec depends on it.
We need to fix what the problem is and go for the root of the problem. The root of the problem is the Sustainable Development Agenda and the policies created by UN and global governance. You cut that head of the snake off, we get our country back. All of it. Including pipelines built, including dumping the carbon tax, including getting rid of the migrant pact, and we'll decide.
That's right. We'll decide. The people.
No,
I have one more little bit here I want to say. I know I get carried away and I get rambling, but boy, am I passionate. Boy, is my patriotism burning. It's blowing up in my body, what this convoy has done. We need the rest of Canada to blow up. In love and in unity.
In love.
So, this message is to the rest of Canada. We love you. But I want to say this loud and clear, folks. You may see a yellow vest rally and you may avoid it. You may laugh when the media makes fun and shames the yellow vest. You may dismiss the yellow vest as not to be, so you're not lumped in with the narrative and the labeling. You may be scared to support the yellow vest for fear of repudiation. But know this. If you love your country, you are a yellow vest.
Exactly.
If you cherish your freedom, you are a yellow vest. If you want to regain, maintain, and protect your nation's sovereignty, you are a yellow vest. If you believe our Canadian culture of freedom, liberty, equality, respect, responsibility, and tolerance is real and worth protecting, you are a yellow vest. If you're tired and frustrated at establishment governments abusing you and your hard-earned tax dollars,
You are a yellow vest.
very good. If you've had enough of our media and our politicians and our special interest groups dividing us, you are a yellow vest. And I know you good folks right here running the cameras, I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about your co-workers, your colleagues. I'm talking about your bosses.
Fake news.
Now listen, if you support our energy industry, if you support pipelines, if you support farmers and ranchers, you support our industries and our economy, then so the next time you hear someone in the media or some politician degrading a yellow vest, they're degrading you.
Hey!
When you see a news report that claims the yellow vest is racist, they're calling us all racists.
The media is racist.
There are many reasons for donning a vest and joining the movement. But for those who ignore those reasons and excuses, don a yellow vest, voice their concerns loudly and proudly, stand up to the shaming, the labeling. They're doing it for you and your children and your grandchildren.